Peace, 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 healing through inspiration. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Talk to me. I want to hear what y'all gotta say, cause I gotta say something to y'all. It's a really great, glorious day. Most definitely, yeah. But I was filming, and I was about to use the video. But I was gonna use the video. What the frick happened? I realized. I guess it's kind of thing that happens in Michigan a lot of cold places. You guys know that it looks like it's actually warmer than what it is. That you step outside and you're outside for a bit, you like, you know what? It's cold. That's what happened. So I had to come inside. I had to go back inside. Get a little more prepared, especially with my hands, because my hands is like, I couldn't even film my videos. I couldn't talk to y'all. Come on now. Hey, you know what? I'm still in a great mood, even though I'm with this quarantine for this coronavirus, right? Because they extended it to April 30th. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked at all. People should be using this as a gift. This is the time to get really focused. Get laser focused, y'all. Get laser focused. You can get a lot of things done. You can't say that you didn't have time to work out. You didn't lose weight. You didn't have time to read a book, start a course, get a mentor. This is the time. This should be like a realm, because I'm like, this should be like, you should be in a focused realm right now. Like, you can do all this and do that. Like, all you need, you can go to the grocery store, like, to get something to eat. Even though originally should be going on food, I need to be speaking for myself. I was just thinking about it too, because I was just thinking about whatchamacallit, because I got these gallon jugs. I'm gonna cut these. I plan on cutting those up, putting some dirt in it. Seeds, I don't know, whatever grows around here. If not, I might order some, because it is, like I said, it's cold over here. And plant them and just have some plants growing, and I'm recording. I'm gonna show y'all too, if I end up doing it, because it's simple, it's real simple. It's real simple, yo. But and it's gonna be plants too that are gonna be low light too. And I can show you the resource. I can film the resources too, as far as that too. That'd be real awesome for y'all. Wow. Look at that. Hey, look at that when you just think about it. Look at it. It just takes one step and it leads to others. Wow, that's great. That's that right here live too. But something I did want to talk about right now was, when I was in school growing up, the teachers, they would harass me. They would harass me. They would just keep picking at me to the point where I wouldn't even say anything. There were times I didn't say anything, and that actually bothered me. So they would look for a reason to have me to raise my hand so they could just have something to laugh about. And I used to, you might think like, where my parents say in this point? And I'm like, okay, well I did tell my parents, and I told my parents and when I told my biological mother. I told my biological mother, and she said, just say, don't pick on me, I'm sensitive. Can you believe that sorry ass? But she had me say that. So then I said that, and that didn't stop them, because they just it didn't end it. There would be halts and whatnot, and they would just continue to harass us Americans. And these teachers, they're foreigners, most definitely pale foreigners, and even some Sambos as well. And another time as well that happened was, it was a big class, science class, biology, freshman year, 14 years young, and it was about, like I said, 30 people in there, and it was about six Americans, 6 of us Americans, and the rest are just foreigners, and just pale, Yeah, they're just pale foreigners. And we were in class, and the class was just loud. It was just loud. The whole everyone was talking. I mean, everyone was talking. Everyone was being loud. And except for us, it was just us, 6 of us in the corner, because six of us Americans in the corner. We were just there with ourselves. And I think she had came to the front of the teacher had came to the front of the class, and she ended up walking to the side, walking all the way to the corner of the front, and stopped everyone talking and said, "Could you guys easily?" and told us to be quiet, like to keep it down. Like it was the whole entire class talking. I'm talking about a class of at least 30. And you gonna pick at us out of us 6 that we was the loud ones? It was the entire thing. Like you could. And she goes over to us, and she said, "Could you please keep it down?" And I said, and I'm like, we were like, what? And then she actually came over there with a note. Well, actually, she didn't even do that. She didn't even tell us to keep it down. I'm sorry. She came over there with a notepad, a piece of paper, and a pen. And she said, John, who can I call? Gabby, who can I call if you keep acting up? And Gabby, she ended up giving her name, saying her mother, and then she ended up giving her phone number, or like her dad or something like that. And then she went over to Diamond, and then she went over to Alexis, and then she went over to me, and then she went over to Jeremiah, and then she went over to John, and then then she went back to the front of the class. When the class was loud, nobody was talking. I mean, when the class was loud, she wasn't teaching. I mean, and she ended up. And then when she went back to the front of the after she had got our names, who to call or whatnot, because I think I gave her my mom's number, and I said I gave her my phone number. She was like, she never asked anybody else. Literally, she just asked all the Americans, no other foreigners, no other students in the class. I'm like, so then after that, she went to the front of the class to talk, and then she said. And as she was getting ready to, teaching while she was talking, one of the pale foreigners, Aaron, he ended up talking, and then she's like, he was making an outburst, and he said, Aaron, I'm gonna give you a warning. And I went like, why does he get a warning? Why does he get a warning? And I said it loud too. I said, why does he get a warning? And I kept repeating myself. And I know this bitch heard me. I said, why does he get a warning? And I was like, and disbelief. And I'm like, I remember turning back because I sat in the second row in the right corner. And I remember turning around. I looked back at the foreigners. I looked back at the pale kids, the pale students behind me. And when I looked at them, they all put their head down. I remember it was that bitch Caitlin. That bitch Caitlin Sandita, F that bitch, and that bitch, and Max Vinogrado who all put his head down. I'm like, F it, nigga, I'm saying their names, I ain't lying about nothing. What the frick you talking about? I'm like, yo, it was Allison Ty, she put her head down too. So I'm like, frick them, yo. I ain't never forgot that, yo. I never forgot that. And I was just in high school. And another thing about the high school is like when I was in that class, the same teacher, I got falsely written up referrals for stuff I didn't even do. I think she thought I was sitting in the seat I didn't a seat I was in that I wasn't in or something like that, and somebody was misbehaving or something. She wrote down my name or something. She said, oh, the sub wrote it down, and we're gonna go with the sub says. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. So I had to get my parents. I had to tell my parents, because I hadn't got the referral. I had to deal with my parents in order to get get the talk to the discipline about it, the head discipline deal or whatever about it. Do you know that? Like, we had to come to school over that, and I remember staying inside. I think ISS and whatnot, like, and this because I was wrongfully dead. I was trying to get like, so what's gonna be done about this? Like, the fact that y'all writing me up over this, they did not a goddamn thing. And you know one thing too about the person that's in charge of discipline. He's a retired cop, like a head cop. So guess what? When you 14 years old and you going into discipline, guess where you going? Guess what's happening? You're in an interrogation room. You're getting interrogated. And you know what the same thing? You say, oh, this happened. You say, man, the sky was blue. Even though you was there, they asked about how you was there. Whatever, you say the sky was blue and it was the sun was out. They're like, nope, the sky was I don't know, the sky was brown. Nope, the sky was brown, and nope, the sun was not out. It was the moon. And they just say nope, but every single thing you do. Every single thing. They try to act like you were wrong. He defended every single thing that the teachers did. He was not there. He didn't know a single thing about it. But they come and ask you about it. But they say everything you do was wrong. At 14 years old, we was getting police interrogations, yo. And they go bring us and they do a bunch of little pill manipulation tactics. Little weak ass little tactics. Bunch of cowards, bunch of bitches. And it was this obese, book librarian bitch. She was a book room. She didn't even teach any class at all. She was a book room lady, yo. She was a book room lady. You know this? I heard that she wrote the most referrals out of any staff member. I didn't even know a book room lady could write a referral. Bitch, you don't teach a class. How the frick can you write a referral, bitch? They said she wrote the most referrals. That bitch harassed the hell out of us. We was coming in, we was walking into school, and the bell was ringing, so we was running to class. And that bitch was trying to call us over like we was coming. I'm like, what the frick? So me and my nigga Malik, we said, F that. We end up booking it. Yo. So we end up booking it because we was trying to get our ass to class. And I think we was trying to get to class or something like that. Somebody had stopped us and was like, oh, you guys got to get a pass. And I'm like, whatever. And I think we ended up walking in there to get a pass, and we seen Wardell. And Wardell was like, that's his name. Yeah, the head discipline guy. He was like, Wardell. He was like, oh, yeah, you guys are this. You guys got your pass. He was like, yeah. And then he saw us. And then as we came back, the obese book room lady, bitch, she came. That bitch came. She came and she was like, yeah, they was late. They was trying to. And I'm like, Wardell was like, yeah, like they got their passes. They got their pass. Like, this bitch is still trying to get us in trouble. Like, and he was like, yeah, you say sorry. The man said sorry. I wasn't gonna say sorry. Like, I was rebellious. I mean, intelligence itself is rebellious, but because I'm just like, frick. I'm like, frick that, yo. And I remember just too, his right hand man. I don't know what the frick his name is, bitch ass. I remember he was just harassing. He was awesome. This is another time, the same round with the bookroom lady. And I was talking about that bitch because she was harassing me another time when I was at lunch and I was eating. And she was like, and I said, I'm being her. And then Wardell's right hand man, this bitch ass boy. He ended up he ended up saying that something like, he was just harassing me. And he was just saying like, oh, you did this. And I'm like, I said I was being harassed. I'm being harassed. She's harassing me. He's like, no, she's not. No, she's not. They didn't like when I was using the harass word. They did not like when I was using the harass word. And I'm like, yes, she is. 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 I was just saying it like that. Yes, she. And he was sitting there trying to go back and look, this bitch ass of a boy. Like, I swear to gosh, yo. And then they had it set up too. So then when I finally got to class, because I was thinking I was taking a test or something in class. After that, it's like, oh, where you at? You skipping class? They end up telling the other teachers that I was supposed to have class, that I was class with, because I was eating lunch, because I had to take a test. I was in the middle of taking a test, so I couldn't go to, and I had to eat lunch, because they couldn't have me miss a whole day without eating lunch in school. So I had to go there, and then I got back to class, and they had this bitch, and I walked in, this pale bitch, she like, oh, so, she's like, you skipping class? This bitch hit up her. I'm like, this bum ass bitch. And you know, all this was happening when I was in school, yo. She ended up harassing me. Where are you at? Why are you late to? Like, shut the frick up, bitch. You could care less that if I'm in class or not, you bum ass bitch. The frick out of you, ass kissing bitch. You got everything lined up for you, bitch. You probably a junkie. The frick out of you, pill popping, anorexic, skinny ass bitch. You dig? The frick is you talking about, yo? What the frick is wrong with this bitch? The bitch don't teach nothing. You ain't got no hard courses and anything. All this stuff is politics. You think I'm supposed to, like, what? What, bitch? You know what I'm talking about? The frick is you talking about, yo? Sound dumb, yo. And this bitch harassing me. Like, I think, how old was I? 15? Yeah, I was 15 then. I'm a sophomore. I'm like, this bitch try to act like I'm doing something wrong and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Bum ass bitch, yo. So this bitch, she's like, where are you at? Oh, where you at? So you skipping school? You in class? You supposed to... I'm like, this bitch stopping. She stopping. Like, bitch, you supposed to be teacher, but she sitting doing that to try to harass me. You know that? And I got tons of stories. I could just keep going on and on, like, and all of that. And you know, my parents, they still took me to, still had me go to school. Do y'all know that? And you know what? Our parents know about that. Our parents know that. It's not no secret that, oh, they don't like us. They don't like original inhabitants. They don't treat original inhabitants properly. This school system is not set up the right way. It's not a secret. They know that. But the fact of the matter, they don't do anything about it, and they still make us still have us go to be taught by the people who held us captive in our own land. That says a lot. That already says they can care less about their youth, which is their offspring. They can care less about their legacy. This is why a lot of times you see in our living spaces, the living areas, that, oh, there's jokes around that everybody got bad credit. You know, they put stuff in the children's name and they're messing up their credit, messing up their name. That's what my parents did. My parents, my biological mother, she had me messed up my credit, you know? So, frick, man. Because, you know, I was trying to get a place in school, and I didn't know anything about that. I'm young. She didn't tell me anything about it. You know, they putting stuff in our name, and we don't know a goddamn thing about it. And I already setting us up for failure as life, as quote-unquote legal life was supposed to begin. And with school, you know, the first schools in this country, in my homeland, were designed by foreigners in order to strip the children away from the baby, the children away from the parents. And that was to strip the children of their culture. And that still lies here today. So why would it be for schools as a whole? Because if we have so many schools and yet we're still not prospering from it. So clearly school is not the answer. So we got all this going on. And we just you want to send your children to school, which is just young adult daycare? You want to send that's just young adult daycare, yo? Come on, yo. And right now with this coronavirus quarantine, they cancel schools? Great, nigga. This is beautiful. I'm actually glad. I'm glad, nigga. I'm glad they canceled school, nigga. They wasn't learning anything in them anyway. They didn't learn anything anyway. The most beneficial things I done learned, nigga, ain't had to do a drop with school, nigga. Them weak ass books, Pony Boy, F that. I ain't learned nothing for that. I could have read a book on that myself. But I was learning about the greasers and all this dumbass stuff. And, you know, they talk about Shakespeare, but they never really talk about Shakespeare who he was. He was a faggot. He was a motherfucking faggot. So this whole ideology with worshiping the culture of this pale European, like he's some studious, great guy. He's just a faggot. He's a motherfucking faggot, yo. He's a faggot, yo. No sharp, no elegance. There's a lot of sharp and elegance as far as Americans. But yeah, you don't go there. You don't set up your own where you teach your own culture. That doesn't take place. But yeah, F school. They're not missing out on that. What you need to be doing right now is the best for them is be reading books, buying courses. Because not what they teaching in your school, because what they teaching in school, they're not teaching you about self-sufficiency. They're not teaching you about learning. They're not teaching you about investments. They're not teaching you about taxes. They're not teaching you about, you know, that you paying 40% in taxes. You getting ripped off, really raped out of your money. Shoot. Raped out of your money, but you work to eat. You work to eat. Everybody works to eat. This is economic planning. But yet they don't teach you about that, huh? Great. This is the time they need to be going to nature, learning about self, learning what grows in the ground, buying books, meditating, learning about their culture, learning that they're American. You dig? Learn that they're American. You see the feathers, you see how we coming, American pride. This is the time. This when I say this is a gift. This is a gift right here. This coronavirus, this fear virus, this quarantine, this is a gift. And the fact of the matter that it got extended to April 30th, this is a gift, y'all. Let's not waste this. This is the time to connect with loved ones. But yeah, if you can connect with loved ones, that you can too. If you don't have a relationship with you don't, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's not force it. Let the dead be dead, you dig? But you got to heal yourself. You got to be living. You got to be live. You know, this is a time to meditate. This is a time to detox. You know, detox as far as what you eat, but detox the mind. That's where it starts, yo. Don't let this go to waste. And that's why, you know what? And that's why a lot of people, their minds isn't in the right place. They going so crazy and whatnot. They don't know what to do. This is why, and they get sick. This is why I started the coronavirus course, coronavirus proof system. You know, we got that right in the works, and that's gonna be in the link in the description. We're working on that in the funnel right now for the OFA challenge. By the time you see this, it'll probably be done. Most likely be done, most definitely. But we're gonna have it in the link in the description for sure. You know that. Because this right here is something serious. People out here losing their minds. This is something that people really need, yo. And we really out here trying to help people for the betterment, yo. You dig? And if you want to book a one-on-one coaching session, we're gonna have that link in the description as well. You know, we still uploading daily. Even when we still laser focused and whatnot. But make sure you guys like, comment, share, hit the bell notification, because like I said, we upload daily. You're gonna be missing out, yo. We got some gems, most definitely. I want you to have a great one, and stay focused. Look for the best in life. You know, try the mindset. Everything is happening for you instead of it's happening at you. You dig? Peace, love, and light. Enjoy.